Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Torn Tuesday. Absolutely, we're going to start the show because you're here for one reason and one reason only. You guys are here to talk about J.R.R. Tolkien and his worlds and his works and his many philological wonders. That's right, philology. Whoa, hashtag nerd. You must be watching a nerd show. Yes, you are. Welcome to Torn Tuesday, everybody. We're going to talk about hobbits, dragons, wizards, goblins, and Maiar and Valar, and all the cool things that we know and love about J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the OneRing.net. And of course, my name is Clifford Broadway, your host with the most. And over there, hiding in behind the emerald curtain, pulling all the levers, is the Wizard of Oz. So pay no attention to that little man behind the curtain, but he's making
Yes.
all the magic happen. That's
Oh,
Justin over there, right?
wait. The
Hey,
magic
Justin.
is finally working.
The
Yes.
magic is
The magic is
happening.
finally working. You guys can
He's
hear me, right?
defying gravity over there.
Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up in the chat if you can finally hear
Thumbs
me.
up.
Man, that's the
That's
joys of
very
doing
good.
live streaming.
So glad you're here. And may I also introduce wonderful Jessica from the Discord. I mean, the
Hello.
smartest woman on the block, bringing us all the good stuff about Rings of Power and interesting, fascinating rumors, gossip, and production news. You guys, this is Torn Tuesday. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for those kind words as well, Cliff.
Oh my goodness, you should see me when I'm sober. Of course. I'll talk you up all day. Anyways, I'm just kidding, of course. But Justin is here with the gang is all here. And I don't want to bury the lead because I often do on this program, but the new casting announcement for The Hunt for Gollum, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the exciting new appearance of Dominic Monaghan in The Librarians at the end of their spoilers in their big season finale. There's Dominic. We got so many cool things to talk about in Middle Earth. And if I'm not wrong, there might also be a little Jamie Campbell Bower happening somewhere in this broadcast. And I'm not talking about Stranger Things. We're talking about the Rings of Power. I need to pull up the YouTube chat, and I
Where
want
the
to say thank you to,
skies are strange. I guess
yes,
technically
where
there's
the stars
strange
are strange,
things.
dude.
Where the stars
I'm
are,
gonna
yeah, I got it
say hello
wrong.
to everybody in the YouTube chat. Hello, live chatters. You're coming to us live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and it's so good to have you all here. Welcome.
Well, I've got some I've got all the news. Cliff hinted at a bunch of news, but I've got something special before I get there.
Oh
Jessica,
my, oh my
Jessica,
goodness.
you've now co-hosted with both of us individually. So please don't feel intimidated to interrupt when we're both together.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
me. I'm never shy to interrupt, Justin.
please bring it. Yes, bring it.
And I'm
I have
also
Yes,
lots to
speaking.
say.
Yep,
bring
and the
it.
fans, you have a lot to say. We got the chat room on screen,
Bring
and the
it.
phone number is on the screen right now. 530-64 Frodo. That's really our phone number.
Frodo.
You can text me your thoughts. It's a Google Voice number, so text me your thoughts, or you can call. Love to hear your lovely voices, Jessica. Don't we love hearing everybody's lovely voices?
I love everyone's voices. I love trying to guess who's calling. It's like a little game.
Exactly. People are saying my audio is low. Is it low? Is it low? Let me see.
Sounds okay to me.
Okay.
My temptation is high, my resistance is low. To quote the Broadway play Archie and Mehetabel. Um,
Deep
let's
cut.
just say, yeah, your voice is a little bit different in volume than it usually is,
Really,
Justin. But
really.
that's okay. We
Okay.
love talking over you. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Again, I'm trying out new software here, and it looks
Yes.
like it's messing with the audio. All right. First things first. I got a
Yes.
question for both of you and for people in the chat. Uh, let's start with Cliff. The question
Yes.
is, out of all Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Hobbit, and animated actors
Mm-hmm.
involved with Middle Earth,
Mm.
who do you think will be the first to be a teacher at Oxford?
Out of all of the people involved in Middle Earth or any adaptations or productions anywhere,
That's right.
who do I who do I think is the one most likely to teach at Oxford?
That's right. That's the question.
Mm,
Jess, do you have an answer for that or a guess?
I do. I would say Tom Shippey? Does Tom
No,
Shippey
an
already teach
actor
at Oxford?
involved. He's not involved in any of the TV shows. In fact, that's
Okay.
that was a very,
Okay.
very traumatic era when Tom Shippey
Just
left Rings of
actors.
Power. Just
Okay, yes.
just actors,
Okay.
writers, showrunners, directors, people
Um,
involved with the movies and TV. That's what I'm
if there's
focused on.
anyone involved in movies and
Good answer.
TV who is most likely to get involved with something academic at Oxford, I might offer the idea that would be Philippa. Maybe Philippa Boyens, perhaps. Maybe?
Maybe?
I mean,
I
out
have
of the whole trifecta of Fran Walsh, Peter Jackson, and Philippa Boyens, she's the big Tolkien nerd. She was the egghead out of all of them, who was like, yeah, hardcore Tolkien lore and all the good stuff. And she enriched the project with her depth of understanding of Tolkien's works. So I don't know what else to offer. What do you think, Jessica? Someone else, maybe?
I'll put forward maybe Leif McPherson, dialect
Oh,
coach,
yes, yeah,
linguist,
yes,
and
Leaf.
acting.
Yes, I love her, Leif McPherson. That's a great idea. She might actually do that too. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's a good one. I was also thinking of some of the senior actors on the show, especially because the show shoots right there in London. Like, wouldn't it make
Right.
sense that
Yeah.
I mean,
you
Ron
know,
Arameo, he's got a lot of Tolkien knowledge, but I can't think of another actor now that we don't have Sir Christopher Lee with us anymore.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I
Yeah.
might have said
TV
him.
Matthews says Vigo is the only one I could think of. Would Vigo
Mhm.
make a great teacher, Cliff?
Yes,
You've
he
met
sure
him.
would. Yeah, he would make a wonderful teacher, but he's so soft-spoken. Every single student in the room would have to be breathlessly silent to be able to hear him across the room.
I'm sure they would.
Oh, Brian
God.
Cox is a good choice. The voice of Helm Hammerhand himself.
Yes. Yeah, and Jessica, you're right. During the 7th in the chat said Robert Arameo in 10 to 15 years' time. Mhm.
Mechaborn says John Rhys Davies. Unfortunately, he is too busy making a ton of money on the convention circuit. I think he's been at a convention every weekend for the last 4 years, somewhere in the world. Like that man is everywhere, and he's just wonderful and charming, and he's the best guy ever. And if you ever had a chance to go to a fan expo or any convention near you with John Rhys Davies, do get his autograph. Do get that photo op, and do ask him to pinch your butt, because he will, whether you ask or not. Well, Cliff, we have an answer. We have a real answer. The first Lord of the Rings movie-related person to teach at Oxford. Do you any second guesses?
Well, I think
Is
the
it
next
Sean
guess
Astin?
the next guess from Susan in the chat would be Stephen Colbert, and that would be the best. That would be the best other guess.
He
besides
does have free
Philippa.
time on his hands.
Yeah,
Sean
I
Astin?
don't know.
Sean Astin is close. But he's busy being the president of SAG. But folks, let's bring it up on screen. University of Oxford is delighted to announce that Cate Blanchett has been appointed as the next visiting professor of contemporary theater at St. Catherine's College.
That is wonderful news. Totally unexpected. Wow.
Cliff, your
Wow.
thoughts. Your thoughts.
Mind blown. I mean, we were thinking about being at work at Oxford related to Tolkien's field of knowledge. And Justin, the way you framed the question was in no way indicating that this was a person who was going to be at Oxford in a different field of academic expertise. So, surprise, surprise, I hadn't thought of this, but well done, Cate Blanchett. Absolutely well done. And kind of like thrilling, really, that, stuffy old Oxford University even has something related to contemporary theater in their curricula. That's a wonderful surprise on its own, don't you think?
Yeah, it's incredible. And Cliff, will she be too busy teaching at Oxford to reprise her role as Galadriel in the
Oh,
movies.
does the article say when she begins her new tenure?
Let's take a look. We love
And
clicking links
and
live on the air,
look
don't we,
out,
Jessica?
visiting professor. Visiting professor
You're
means
better at
visiting
it
for
than
how
I
long?
am.
Oh, so she's there for one academic year from 26 to 27. So that means she's busy working now. That means she is too busy to show up in the hunt for Gollum. Yeah, that answers your question. She,
What about the
Why?
yeah.
other one? Shadow of the Past. If
Oh, well,
she happens to show
well,
up in Stephen Colbert's.
maybe. But I mean, if she shows up in the first 7 chapters that they're recreating, that would be a surprise. It would be a lovely surprise. Wow.
She has 2 Academy
Wow.
Awards, 4 BAFTAs, 4 Golden Globes, and none of them for Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Cate Blanchett appointed visiting professor at Oxford. That huge news. But I'm serious, Cliff. They are shooting The Hunt for
Yeah.
Gollum
Yeah. Like
during
in a few
this
weeks, actually.
era, right?
Yeah, during her time in this academic post, yeah, she's going to be too busy to do that unless there's some shocking moment where they do what they did with Sir Christopher, and Andy Serkis brings a second unit all the way to the UK, and they film something at Shepperton or somewhere nearby in the UK to convenience her, and her not traveling to New Zealand to do it. That's the outside possibility.
Would you be okay with the show and the movies crossing the streams and Morfydd Clark stepping up to the big screen?
No, they're not going to do that, Justin. You know there are contracts in place that are so ironclad that that's not going to happen. Come on.
Well, okay, back up. Would Galadriel make sense to be in The Hunt for Gollum? That's the first question.
Um, no, not immediately. Not immediately unless they're going to take a lot more time diving into, Arwen and Aragorn's relationship, which more than tangentially involves Galadriel. Yeah. What do you think, Jessica?
I could see them doing this. I mean, I would already like for them to expand some on the Aragorn and Arwen situation.
Yeah.
And if we've got a few years to work with of them traveling around and going through, I mean, Mirkwood and Lothlorien, I mean, I could see it happening. We do have a grandmother and some grandchildren involved in this story. We've got hopefully Arwen's brothers could make an appearance for the first time.
Oh my God, the missing twins.
Yeah, the
Yes.
twins. We love twins.
Yes. Oh my God.
Played by Dylan and
So
Cole Sprouse, right?
I'd rather that not be the
Oh, come
case.
on.
What?
Oof.
No. Hold on. We're team Sprouse here, but
Your
who
team,
who who
your
do you
team
have in mind?
Winklevoss, your team Winklevoss twins. Come on. Don't even joke.
I would rather a single actor doing double duty
Like in
than
Sinners.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like Robert Arameo in season 3 of Rings of Power doing double duty as his twin. This would be much preferred, I think, because I can't think of a pair of twins that I can see playing
You don't
Don and
not
Elro
the
here.
the Sprouse twins. There's so much fun they could have with that role, having 2
Well,
actual
now,
twins.
you guys, let's dial it back to the narrative of the hunt for Gollum. Okay. Now, if Elrond's wife, if she's going to get rescued by her twin sons, then that's a whole extra side plot that doesn't have much to do with the hunt for Gollum. So I wonder, what kind of, because we're expanding all this stuff about Gollum's childhood and his past, how much more is Andy Serkis and his team of screenwriters, being Artie and Phoebe, how much are Artie and Phoebe going to stuff into the script? That's the unknown factor here, right? Because
Well,
I'm hard pressed to think of why Eladan and Elro here would have anything to do with the hunt for Gollum, but correct me if I'm wrong.
would they not join Aragorn on his ranger adventures, being members of
Yeah,
the Grey
yeah,
Company?
yeah. They
Could we
joined
not
him from
see
time to
them?
time. Yeah, yeah.
being a
That's
part
canon.
of that.
That's in the books.
Very much. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
love that. I
so
love
it
that
does
idea.
make sense. This is the movie where the twins are in. I mean,
Right.
if we're not going to do the Sprouse twins, the second best is the original Elrond from Rings of Power, Will Poulter as Hugo Weaving's sons,
Oh my
twin
God.
sons. That's
Oh
too
my God.
perfect.
Honestly, that would be kind of fire. I would not be opposed to that.
Right?
That
Right?
would be a great
love
little
it.
full circle, like kind of unification
I
moment
kind of love
between
that.
two productions.
Guys, you know who I'm talking about. Will
Imagine
Poulter.
him showing up as he does look like he would be totally Elrond's son. Yeah, Hugo, who wouldn't even come back to do Red Skull. Womp womp.
That Will Poulter is almost too perfect to be Hugo Weaving's son. Twin sons, Eladan and Elro here.
Oh, okay. Before we get to the Anya Taylor Joy, I gotta say this out loud. It's from the YouTube chat. It's lovely. And by the way, thank you, Aidan Duffy. Fun fact: the twins who played Fred and George Weasley in the HP saga played a maitre d' and his reflection in Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho with Anya Taylor Joy. So there's some twins.
That's awesome.
Oh my God! Imagine the Weasley twins showing up in Middle Earth. No way.
They could pull off tall and they could pull that off. Yeah.
I don't
That's
think they
too
have the
funny.
chops though, acting wise. There's
Not
not a lot
sure
of
that could happen.
people, not a lot of kids in the Harry Potter universe who I would say have the
Ooh.
chops acting
Ooh,
wise.
harsh.
Tony winner Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel
Congratulations,
Radcliffe is the one. Yes.
Total, yeah, Tony winner. Now, that's in your obituary. When you die and they print your obituary, they don't just say, oh, it's Daniel Radcliffe. They say, Tony winner Daniel Radcliffe passed away today. Your life and the history of your life is completely changed by something like that. It's amazing. And I'm so proud of him. Congratulations, Daniel. Well done.
Not to
Sorry,
get too far on a
kid
tangent.
here. I'm such a
Did you
theater
guys
kid.
see
It's
the
stupid.
Harry
Often
Potter
mistaken for
news?
Elijah Wood.
Did you see Spielberg was going to originally direct the first Harry Potter movie?
Yeah, that was a surprise to learn about that.
And he's
That
the
was a
one that
surprise.
cast Richard Harris as Dumbledore, Maggie Smith,
Yeah.
and who was the other one he was
And then
responsible for
it was
casting?
Chris Columbus who took his place, right?
Yes.
For the first one.
But man, Spielberg, he just knows how to cast them, doesn't he? Like
He sure
he hit a
does.
home run.
Yeah.
Oh, and Robbie Coltrane is Hagrid. He was
Perfect
Spielberg
casting.
was responsible for those three: Hagrid, Dumbledore,
That's great.
and what's her name? Minerva, right?
Minerva McGonagall.
Mhm.
McGonagall.
Yes.
Man, a Spielberg Cliff. Do you remember 2001 December? Fellowship of the Ring came out just a couple weeks after Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Can you imagine if it
Yes.
was Peter Jackson versus Steven Spielberg at the box office for two fantasy films?
That would have been amazing. That really would have been amazing. But you know what? You know how different Fellowship, when it came out theatrically, Fellowship was so different in its tone than the Sorcerer's Stone was, and everyone distinctly knew it, and New Line Cinema knew it. It made marketing, pre-release marketing was a lot easier for them after they realized, oh my God, what we've got is in such a different league than what Christopher Columbus has turned in. It's in a league by itself. And I have to admit, the marketplace responded appropriately. All the kids, all the little ones, and all the families ran to HP. But then when it came time for Fellowship, all of the fans who've been waiting since the American counterculture of the 60s, those fans came out and they brought their kids too. And that was a wild time when that happened. But by the way, Spielberg is still very good at getting casting directors to work miracles for him because, I just saw Disclosure Day. It's a fantastic film, but, the choices of actors he has in certain roles, just perfect casting. It's great.
Well, I like Disclosure Day. First off, I stayed through the whole credits because listening to brand new John Williams music will always
Me too.
put me in the right mood.
Same here.
But
Me too.
But my
Loved it.
My only criticism about that movie, and it's minor. It's just minor. It's just nerd stuff. But I have a hard time accepting that actress, that very good actress, was playing a down on her luck weather girl in Kansas City.
Oh, oh, really?
That role,
Really?
I honestly, that role, I would have put someone like Megan Fox in.
To
Megan
be
Fox.
more down on her luck than Emily Blunt?
Emily Blunt, Emily Blunt delivered the most flawless American accent, especially for a Brit like her. And what she delivered was so American, and especially when she was in great distress. And she carried the movie almost
Mhm.
entirely herself. And I loved the look in her eyes. I loved the the moments of conflict and the moments of acceptance that she managed to just let dance across her eyes. Amazing performance. I loved her. But so I'm not complaining about the casting of Disclosure Day. I thought it was great stuff. But hey, whatever. What do I know?
It's a good movie. Go
Yeah, it's good.
see it. Go see Spielberg's new
Dare I
one.
say Oscar-winning performance from Emily Blunt?
Emily, you know what? Yes, Emily Blunt deserves awards attention for that role. She does. I agree with that. 100%. Absolutely.
All right, before we get to our other big news on Lord of the Rings, I just wanted to mention there's our boy, Samwise. That's right. The president of Screen Actors Guild was the keynote speaker at the 30th Constitutional Convention of the AFL-CIO, which, for our international viewers who may not be familiar, that is the biggest workers union in America. The AFL-CIO covers so many different categories of business and represents workers across America in all different fields. And of course, Sean was right there as president of SAG, championing the working man and better wages and better everything. So, man, Samwise, he was elected the mayor of the Shire. Do you
Many
think
times over.
Sean Astin could go for higher political office, Cliff?
Yes, if Sonny Bono could be the mayor of Palm Springs, absolutely. Sean Astin, Mr. Sean Astin, he could walk into public service at any level. I absolutely believe in that. From local level to state level, even up to the national level, he could do it.
Fair
And
enough. Well,
I would dare say, out of all the other members of the fellowship, he's probably the only one most inclined to do that. He is the most inclined to civic duty. Look at him doing wonderful things heading the Screen Actors Guild now. Absolutely.
yeah. Good stuff in the age of AI, no less. All right. Well, the big news. The big news was on a Monday morning this time, Cliff. Last time, usually we have the news comes out Wednesday morning after Torn Tuesday, and it's so frustrating sometimes that the news is dropped. So thank you to our friends at Warner Brothers for dropping big news before Torn Tuesday, because this was the video that was posted
on all of their official socials. This is what they posted. Let's show that full screen so that all the folks at home can see this.
Let's do it. We've got the high-res version straight. Oh, wrong button. Nope, still wrong button. We got this straight from the studio. This is the high-res version of clean video. They only made a video. They did not make a graphic. They did not show her in character. They only
they're doing more than the marketing department at Amazon is doing.
Hey, hold on. We're not going there. We're not going there yet. We're not going there yet.
Oh, I had to. But okay.
No, we're not.
Okay.
All right. So first off, Cliff, let's unpack this. First off, Saren, serene, serendipity, sarin gas. What? How do you say
Serengeti.
her name? Jessica, do you have any ideas?
Theron. That's
Yeah.
how you say her name.
Like
Also,
Baron?
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
Baron.
exactly.
Yes, Saren. Yeah. Bingo.
So it rhymes with Baron, as in Baron and someone else.
Oh
Baron
my
Luthien,
God.
maybe.
Oh my God. Jessica, can we walk this old dog out back
All
and
right.
put him
Cliff,
out of his
let's
misery?
talk about this name Saren. Also, I'm glad you you brought up Baron because that's actually a great connection. Um, being that they both have primitive Sindarin roots and are unattested forms of Sindarin words, Baron and Saren
hmm
both.
hmm
So I think that's a great connection. Also, just Aragorn and Arwen is a great connection with Baron and Luthien. I think there's so much rich philology to talk about here.
Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you for bringing it right back to philology. I mean, that, and
Mhm.
see, now I'm not bringing empty promises to the show's opening. This is, all right, here's the thing. The idea might be instantly misunderstood by anyone looking at this material that that's an elf. What if the character Anya Taylor Joy is playing is a Dunedain and she's a ranger and she's not an elf at all? Although people naturally attribute her unique style of looks and that symmetry that she has in her face, which is unique. And she does look kind of elfin a lot of the time. But when I watch her in a Mad Max movie, she doesn't look elfin at all. So, I really think this is a if we steer as far away as possible from the idea that this Saren is an elf, let's dive into the concept of we're having more members of the Great Company in this movie. That's exciting. That is news to me. And that opens up the door of more speculation in a big way.
Wait, how is this elf related to the Gray Company?
Hello, we were just saying that she's playing a mortal human, a Dunedain. Let's not think of
Yeah.
her as an elf, even though we know she looks like one. What do you think, Jessica? Do you think it's more likely she's going to be human?
So, there is, I have my thoughts. There is a little
Oh,
piece floating around from Variety,
oh yeah,
who, when they posted their announcement, claimed that Saren is a Sindar elf who is serving King Thranduil,
yeah,
and she is an agent of him. I don't know where this information is coming from. I've only seen it from Variety, so I am taking it with a grain of salt. I
yes,
did not see anything official from WB saying this. I do not know how trades work, but so far I only see Variety saying this, and I see other trades, Empire, Hollywood Reporter, reporting what Variety is reporting.
right.
So, to me, the description sounds like Tauriel 2.0 Redux. Yeah, there, exactly. Hollywood
Uh,
Reporter
So Hollywood
reporting
Reporter, it says right
that.
here, Taylor Joy set to play Saren. Oh my god. Uh Saren,
Yeah.
What?
a
Well,
Sindar elf of the Woodland Realm and a trusted lethal agent of King Thranduil, played by Lee
yeah.
Pace.
Then this is
So
completely turning on my own head the ideas I was proposing.
really, you didn't
Well,
you didn't hear
I
this,
wouldn't give
Cliff.
them up yet.
yeah,
This is new information to you, Cliff?
yeah. This is all new. But Jessica, you're really right. I mean, we don't know for sure until Warner Brothers says for sure.
Hang on.
But
Hold on.
why would
Warner Brothers said
Variety
this.
be why would
When did they
Variety
say
be
this?
told anything wrong? Is what I'm thinking. I don't know.
So listen, the Hollywood Reporter here is not citing Variety, because usually
No one's citing anyone at this point.
I
No
know
one is
this,
citing, even
and
Variety. They're
and
not
this
saying their source.
because the source is the studio. Here's how this works. When the
Huh.
But why
studio
does the studio not say it?
because the studio says it on background and Amazon has done this with Rings of Power. they give us posters, they give us information, they give us scoops, and then they say, well, on background, which means you cannot say it came from the studio, you know, we can confirm that
Oh,
this elf is
Hmm.
related to that or whatever. So this is official information from
okay.
the studio, because the Hollywood Reporter and separately Variety would not be publishing it like this if it wasn't official stuff.
Well, otherwise it would really tarnish the reputation as being an industry trade. I get that. Hmm. All
And,
right.
and remember
Well,
Hmm.
when they first announced Jamie Dornan as in the movie, right? And Leo Woodall. Remember, Leo was a fan scoop. Remember? So they did not announce Variety and Hollywood Reporter did not announce Anya Taylor Joy when all those other actors were announced. So what I'm saying is
hmm.
these big trades, the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, they only deal in absolutes. And
Hmm.
when they revealed Jamie Dornan last time, they did not mention Anya Taylor Joy, even though we all of the nerds kind of had that leak. So the fact that this is in the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, this is as an official as it gets.
I will say that Variety does love to traffic in clickbait and misdirection. And even looking at this statement, this says she's a Sindar elf. Okay, we've got lots of those. Arwen is a Sindar, technically. Of the Woodland Realm, she's living there. It doesn't say she's born there or originally hails from there. And
Right.
she's a agent of King Thranduil, working for him at the moment. So, there's a lot of room to work with here in a way that maybe she's not going to be just Tariel 2.0 because Evangeline Lilly wouldn't be involved in this project, or couldn't be involved in this project. So, we could be missing context here. I will
It
say
might.
that
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's some
I
room.
I totally get that idea. Well, the weird idea is that among the community of Sylvan elves, would there not be um, wandering or migrant Sindarin who would have wandered through, or perhaps made themselves at home?
Yeah.
You
I don't
tell
know,
me,
but maybe.
Cliff, would King Thranduil of the Woodland Realm, who has trust issues already, trust anybody that is not a native?
If they
Well,
had sufficiently high ancestry, he might.
yeah, absolutely.
What are you implying here?
That she's Arwen.
Yeah, well, okay, hold up. What?
What? That she's Arwen?
Wait. Is this a fan theory that's currently percolating in the dark
Yeah.
areas of the internet?
So I will say, yes. This isn't percolating in the dark areas of the internet. This has been going on for a while.
A
Before she
while
was
yesterday.
confirmed. Yeah, no. Well before that. So when she was first rumored, her casting was first rumored. And we had confirmation about Leo and Jamie and all those other people returning, and Anya was not confirmed at the time. Um, and people were already speculating. This is back in April, when I think Daniel RPK first announced, or like first leaked, that she was potentially in talks and that the code name or whatever for the character she was going for was Saren. This was back in April, I think, that he first reported this. And people were already speculating about the fact that she could be playing Arwen in the tale, where Leo was rumored at the time to maybe be playing Aragorn. And we might get a little bit more background on their relationship and get to see them in their younger years. So this was speculation back in April. So
Do you subscribe to this personally? Are you
me,
on board the Arwen? Anya is Arwen.
yeah, because I think it's fun. And also I think, well, I guess, do we want to get back into philology, Cliff, and talk about the name Saren?
You're gonna have to sell me on this. So
Okay.
get in
Yeah,
on it.
I'm very intrigued by this, but I mean, I'm intrigued by the idea that that Arwen would hide her identity from Thranduil? Is that what we're looking at, maybe?
So, not necessarily a hiding of her identity, but in a movie where we've got, we had that first announcement of the Hunt for Gollum, and we had 6 characters and actors announced. And Jamie Dornan was announced to play Strider, which is obviously not his real name. It's the name he's known by as a
Mhm.
ranger. And so, Saren, which is a Welsh word that means star, which people remarked when the code name was first announced back in April. Welsh being
Ah.
the language that inspired Tolkien's creation of Sindarin, and which was derived from it.
Mhm.
Um, and also being an actual unattested Sindarin word. Um, it would be so fun if you've got Strider and Saren, which are 2 ranger names of 2 characters, Aragorn and Arwen. I think that's a fun theory to think about, and I'm
That
fully on board with this right now, because
this
why do you cast
this
Anya Taylor Joy as an original character instead of um, someone people have been hoping would come back for this movie?
Well, I'm in love with the idea that Arwen would want to run around and do things as a ranger and hide her identity as well. Perhaps not for the same locked down reasons that Aragorn had to
Hmm.
hide his name for all the years of his life, but she was just doing it for a fun and frolic kind of thing. I kind of I'm attracted to
Sh-
that idea
I
that she
know, it's
wants to run around with
fun.
him and do an assumed name as well.
And what if she
That's
had
stuff.
it? Yeah, what if she had it like to originally tag along after her older brothers who are running around with the Rangers, and she wants to
Yeah.
come along too, and she's got
Oh my
her
God.
a Ranger name that's you know the even
Is she a
star of her
total tomboy?
people
Arwen
has
the
a
tomboy who wants to
yeah,
run around with her brothers all the time. I love
and
that idea.
and who chooses a name that means star, and she's the even star of her people.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here if this is
Saren,
not,
the
yeah, what
direct
they're going
Welsh
with?
equivalent is so clear. And I hadn't thought
Hmm.
about that before. My goodness, gravy. Oh
And
my
also, we haven't
goodness.
even mentioned, and I don't know if you'll be able to play the audio, Justin, of the song, the score that's playing in the background of the
Okay,
announcement
yeah, that was
post.
another question I had. All right, so
Oh,
we're gonna play just a
sugar.
hint of this
I
because
just thought about that.
we don't want to get copyrighted. All right, so
Okay,
folks,
yes, yes, yes.
so
Play
so
2 seconds.
I'm just gonna repeat this a few
Okay.
times so
Okay.
because everybody watching the show will instantly know what song. So I want you guys to get your soundtracks out and tell me what the title
That,
of the song is that is playing in the video. All right, hold on.
that's so funny.
And cut.
Cut,
Cut, cut, cut, cut, cut, cut,
cut, cut.
All right, that's all we get. That's all we get.
That's enough. You needed two
All right,
seconds of
chat
that,
room, tell
and we
me what
know.
is the name of the song that was just playing and whose theme is it connected to? Because that doesn't sound like anything I heard about Toriel.
New Zealand in the YouTube chat said even star. How about that?
What? The name of the song is Even Star? I thought it was Evan Star.
What are we doing here? If this is not Arwen, like
You know what?
why are we making this movie?
That's not even subtle. If that is
No,
not even subtle, that
it's
little
not subtle at
music.
all.
So Toriel has a theme, right?
I hadn't even
Toriel
thought
had a
of that though.
very identifiable theme. In fact,
Hmm.
Toriel's love
Yeah.
theme was one of the best parts of the entire Hobbit soundtrack. Cliff, why didn't they
Yes.
use that? If everyone a lot of people in the comments on our Instagram were like, "Oh no, Toriel 2.0." Why are they playing the Evan Star and not Toriel's theme?
Well, maybe they're trying to give us that magical Easter egg that they know fans will catch. And it looks like somebody caught it. I didn't. I feel ridiculous now for not catching it immediately because I saw this on my Instagram feed much earlier. In fact, it was yesterday. Didn't I text you about it yesterday, Justin? Oh my gosh. Jessica, this is so funny, but I'm trying to think about in universe. What are the most logical reasons that would make the Arwen character want to run around with a pseudonym? And
Please tell me,
I
because
I is it just for the fun of
For the
it,
bit.
or for the, to what, to be able to keep more company with Aragorn and to run around and experience
Aragorn
things?
isn't in the woodland realm.
Strider, if she's trying to run around
He's
with
all over.
Strider, maybe she's trying to learn more about the man that she loves and learn about life from his point of view. Maybe that's what she's trying to do.
Maybe she was running around before he was even old enough
Born, born.
before they even met. Yeah, born. I mean, she is, Elrond is um safeguarding the heirs of Isildur, and
Yeah,
they're, living in Rivendell. And what is Arwen doing if not, carrying on that legacy of, helping to
yeah,
continue this line and continue the work that's being done. I mean, I
yeah,
think it's a super compelling reason, because what's she doing otherwise? Just chilling in Rivendell? Like, I doubt
yeah.
it. Like,
I,
of course,
yeah,
Tolkien doesn't go into it, but let's think about this logically.
yeah.
What else is she going to be doing? You
Well,
know?
I mean, she might take a particular delight in upsetting her father by doing this. So maybe
Hmm.
she's that headstrong girl, Ariel, always going to the surface, always doing things that Dad says don't do.
He wants to keep her safe, and she just wants adventure.
Yeah. Oh my God. There you go. Super trope. Welcome to our fantasy world. All these great tropes. You know, I never would have thought about it, but the idea of her taking a fake name so she could have a reason to run around with the Dunedain, and but the description is that she's working as an agent for, and that particular word I find interesting, an agent for Thranduil. What does that tell us? That she's a mercenary? That she's a hired gun? That she's a Boba Fett? What? What does that mean? I mean, are we
First
going to
off,
hear her say,
for
that's just good business? Is that what she's going to
uh,
say? That's just good
do you
business.
have
No.
do you have any other supporting thoughts?
I mean, I have plenty. I can keep going. Like, let's
Okay,
talk
well,
about. This
no,
is
I'm
what we're
not.
talking about the rest of Torn Tuesday, right? Like, we're staying here. We don't have anything
But
else.
we are not doing this. We we
That's
we
so
we
funny.
we,
What?
we complain about Rings of Power hiding
Who's we?
characters all the time.
Okay, let me stop you there, because we have not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
started filming this movie yet. Like, it's not fair to hold a production to, like, these standards of, this movie is coming out and we still don't know who this character is playing. We don't even know, like, a full plot. We don't know anything about this movie, really. They haven't even started filming. I think it's likely that we will get some more information as we get closer to this movie. Doesn't come out until like December 2027. Like, we're a year and a half away. I think we've got time to figure out more things, and we are in very early stages. I mean, we don't even have her in costume yet. Like, this is a digital reproduction. I don't know, AI,
Yeah,
whatever.
this is an illustration, but I can tell you what we do have right there. Her name, her
Yeah.
Saren.
character's name with the actress.
Saren.
That there is Cliff. We have been giving Warner Brothers all the credit for telling us Jamie Dornan is playing Strider, like, and
Yes,
Leo
yes.
Wodall's character's name. Like, good. That's
Strider,
exactly what you
a
should be
name
doing.
that
Whole,
hides who he is.
we'll get back to that. Okay. But here we have
Yes.
Anya Taylor Joy being announced as Saren, and to quote Hollywood Reporter, a Sindar elf of the Woodland Realm and a trusted lethal agent of King Thranduil. What they don't say in the Hollywood Reporter is a new character.
No, they don't say that
Mm.
because they weren't told to say that. You know what? If 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 and follow along with my hypothetical, my friends, I'm seeing a visual in my mind of Thranduil and Strider and Saren in a room together for the first time, and Strider is trying to deal with Gollum, and Thranduil is kind of upset about what's going on. And then Saren is there, and Strider looks in shock and goes, Arwen, what are you doing here? And Thranduil turns and does that famous Hugo Weaving turn and look, like when he looks at the hobbits coming into the room, like, what? With that grumpy look. And
But it's Lee Pace.
Lee Pace does the really grumpy turn of the head. Excuse me, wouldn't that be hilarious if Thranduil did not know that she was Arwen the whole time?
No, it would not be hilarious.
That's what I'm seeing in my mind.
That's the worst part of Rings of Power is this misdirection with calling characters the wrong name. Why would Peter Jackson insult our intelligence, Cliff, by announcing Anya Taylor Joy as Saren in the marketing? Why wouldn't
Okay.
you? Why wouldn't you take a big star, Anya Taylor Joy, one of the biggest stars right now, and attach her to one of the biggest, most important characters in fantasy of all
Do you
time?
hate fun? Do you hate fun? Do you hate the process of discovery? Like, where is our sense of whimsy
That's
here?
what McBain
Like,
said. Yes.
I have no problem with that. Like, why do you not like to discover things alongside characters? It's the beauty of story.
The
Like,
alternative is that she's just Tariel 2.0, and that's not a very fresh idea. In fact, it's kind of stale. What else could she possibly be doing that's going to make it more interesting? Oh, are you leaving? Is he leaving?
he's going to get his hat.
Oh my God, Justin, no.
Anyway,
But
I'm having a blast with this. I think this is fantastic. Like,
I am suitably intrigued, and I'm still kind of shocked I hadn't thought about it before. But the thing is, what is the alternative? Is she just a rando Sindarin elf who happens to be in Thranduil's kingdom at that time? That could just be it. But
so
what
boring.
what
Also,
else is behind it?
I just have to, I mean,
Yeah.
there were issues with, I know Evangeline Lilly was super excited to be a part of The Hobbit, and Peter Jackson assured her that she, although playing an OC, would not be made a part of a love triangle, that she would have a compelling arc. And then lo and behold, as an OC, she gets shoved into this love triangle. And I just can't imagine a famous female actress who is starring in Dune 3, which is sure to be one of the biggest movies of the year, is going to attach herself to a movie directed by Andy Serkis to play
A
an
minor
OC?
side role. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what are we doing? I mean,
Yeah, I get that.
I
no
understand that.
She's
so
not
you're telling
going...
me Burger King put out Saren goblets?
Oh God.
That's like, hey, let's get one of the biggest actresses of 1999. Let's put her face on everything. Let's put her face on the goblets sold at Burger King. But let's call her
Justin,
Saren.
Have you considered that she put aside the ranger and became who she was born to be?
Oh, mic drop.
And she wasn't very happy about that, was she? She spent the whole trilogy arguing with Dad.
Yeah.
Well, what if she assumed the name so that her dad wouldn't know what the heck she was doing? Maybe this is simple obfuscation so that she can go and do the things
Underhill
that she
style?
wants to do. Yeah, Underhill.
There's another one, Justin. Underhill.
Yeah, there you go. Underhill.
Frodo
style.
is lying to us.
Stormcrow? Like Stormcrow?
Yeah.
No, like Durnhelm. And this is,
yes,
I
like
actually do want to
Durnhelm.
bring this example up because that is one in-universe example where Tolkien gives a different name for a character, and we, the readers, do not know who this character is until it is revealed within the story. We don't know that Durnhelm is Éowyn until she confronts the Witch King. Unlike in the movie where we know immediately when she grabs Mary, but in the book, that's not the case. We are in the dark, and Tolkien lied to us. He deceived us about who she is. And that makes it all the more powerful when we discover Durnhelm is actually a woman and she can fulfill this prophecy and she can kill the Witch King. And he didn't see that coming, Kemen. He did not see that coming.
Kemen didn't see it coming. He had it coming.
Though, would he?
He had it coming. I'm sorry. I'm going to do Broadway.
He
Step
only
on the
Cliff.
had
Bay.
himself to blame.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I love you. Love
Cliff,
it. Fantastic.
the one of the reasons. So Anya Taylor, I can't believe we're doing this literally 24 hours after the announcement. So
What?
so fans are theorizing that Anya Taylor Joy is actually Arwen. Cliff, is this Peter Jackson's secret way of getting back at us fans for having Arwen at Helm's Deep? This is the battle-tested warrior princess that Peter wanted at Helm's Deep, that he shot at Helm's Deep, that you can still see in the trailer in Helm's Deep.
You know what? The DNA of that story is all the way in the background of the Lord of the Rings. You're right, but I hadn't thought about this because Andy is running this boat as much as Phoebe and Artie are running the ship.
Well, no,
not Peter. Peter has a
according
much
to
more
Variety
hands-off
and
approach to
THR,
this.
that the screenplay is written by Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens with help from Phoebe and Artie. So
Okay.
is this
Okay.
is this Fran's way? Fran and Philippa, is this their way of getting back at us nerds for forcing them to take Arwen out of Helm's Deep?
Oh my God, I wouldn't frame it that way.
Yeah, I
Maybe
was
it's-
like,
I wouldn't
yeah.
frame it that way. Maybe it's just their chance to have a bit of fun. It was just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
They've
just play
wanted
within
Warrior
the
Arwen
frame of the story.
kicking
Yeah.
ass for 25 years.
But that's harder to get away with at Helm's Deep, where textually within the Lord of the Rings, we do not have Arwen present at Helm's Deep. Whereas
All right, yeah.
this kind of story, this hunt for Gollum that we get in a couple paragraphs or a few pages in the Council of Elrond, has that space, just like Rings of Power. You got your events that you got to hit, but within that, there's room to fill it with ideas and ways to connect the story. And I think that this is a great way for them to do that. And I'm all for it. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if Arwen had been at Helm's Deep, but I know some people who are, sticklers for what's in the text and who are boring definitely cared. So they get their
You know what?
revenge 25 years later.
This is, you know what I think is a sweet connection is to think about the energy that Arwen has when we first meet her in the first few seconds of the Fellowship of the Ring, where we meet her for the first time.
I didn't even think
about
okay.
that. Think about that energy, because she
She
it's not
stole
about
Glorfindel's lines. Continue.
yeah. No, but
Not lines.
she one-upped him. She pulled one on Aragorn, and she was stealthier, quieter, and more of a ranger than he was. And she got him with a cutthroat moment, and she says, "What's this? A ranger caught off his guard?" And because she has
Imagine
that
that's
energy,
a callback, Cliff. Imagine
Yes.
that's a callback.
yeah, yes, Jessica, I am strongly imagining
I can't
now
believe this.
that this Anya Taylor Joy character is going to bring us that energy, so that by the time we see Arwen in Fellowship, we understand that she's at that level of stealth and craft as a ranger. That helps. That helps picture this a lot for me. It really does. It really does.
Me and you, Cliff.
Yeah.
This is so
Justin, you can sit in the back of the van. Get in the back of the van.
This misdirection, Cliff. So backing up from the lore aspects.
All right.
And
Oh,
the
Let's
by the way,
fan
stop calling it
frustration.
misdirection. Let's call it mystery, which is
People are
fun.
voting. People are voting in the vote.
Ooh,
Wow.
I'm
We have
voting.
So,
Yes.
as a marketing person, Cliff, you do know that War of the Rohirrim underperformed at the box office,
It
It's
did.
totally different.
right? And we were just talking about before we went on the air how He-Man has underperformed, and in fact, and Spider Noir. I was just talking with some people. I was like, no one's talking about Spider Noir, that MGM show, which is incredible with Nicolas Cage, and no one's
one of
talking
You
my-
about it.
answered my DMs, Justin.
One of my coworkers told me just a few days ago it was fantastic and that I should check it out, because we were working at the Emmanuel First Presbyterian Church in Koreatown, where they filmed Spider Noir. And she said, "Look, they set the camera right here, and Nicolas Cage was sitting on the steps of this church." And I'm like, "Oh, sugar, I'm going to have to go check that out." And she was right. That's it. They filmed it right there on Wilshire Boulevard.
Yeah, but
So people are talking
you
about it.
want to maximize marketing. Listen, you don't hide who she's playing. You put Liv Tyler, the wonderful top actress of the time, and still is a top actress. In fact, I think she could still play Arwen right now. But like you put her on the magazine covers. Cliff, do you remember the marketing of this movie where they put
Yes, I
Liv
do.
Tyler and Cate Blanchett on the cover of Cosmopolitan?
And
And
when was that in comparison to when the movie came out? I mean, we're a year and a half out. Like, we've
Yeah.
got a
It was the year
big marketing
before.
cycle.
Yeah, it was the year, but they never hid that
That's
she
a
was
good
playing
point.
Arwen. They never hid it.
No, they didn't. But if the story needs a reason for it to be hidden right now, what is the reason? What is the reason the story needs to have that hidden? Why? Because you're going to get that look of surprise when they're in Mirkwood and Strider walks up and says, Arwen, what are you doing here? And Thranduil's going to be like, WTF? Why'd you lie to me? And then that's going
That's
to be
how
part
I'm
of the
gonna
story.
feel in the theaters.
This is a way that story can connect with the audience, is by allowing you to feel what the character feels. Like, if we discover this at the same time as Strider, that makes us empathize and feel with him at that moment. And it's also just fun. I mean, why do you want to know everything about the story before you watch the story?
It's
Like, that's
50-50. The
boring.
poll right now on the YouTube chat, if you're watching on YouTube, I've put up
Yeah,
a
with
poll.
22 votes.
It is
23 votes.
50-50 on
right.
this.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
think Anya really is playing Arwen? And it's
a really
50-50.
intriguing idea, but then I think that if they change the marketing and when the toy is and the merch comes out, it'll all be changed to Arwen. Maybe they'll just change the ears.
Here's the other
Maybe.
issue. Here's the other issue about
But they're not
renaming
changing Strider
characters.
to Aragorn. Like,
Because Strider's in Fellowship. Is he even called Aragorn in Fellowship of the Ring? I don't think
yeah,
so.
sometimes.
because Orlando Bloom stands up and makes a major point
Oh,
about
right.
it
Yeah,
in the middle of the council.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. But for the rest of the movie, Samwise still calls him Strider. Right?
He does. He does.
Right? So we know that character's name is Strider. We
It's 'cause
know
he's
already
Samwise.
that he goes by Strider, and we know why he goes by Strider.
So let's find out why she goes by Saren.
No, let's find
Yeah.
out. Let's join a new character from the Woodland Realm that works for King Thranduil. Arwen has nothing to do with the Woodland Realm.
Why? We don't know anything about what she did most of her life. Why couldn't she have gone
Okay.
to visit the
Well,
Woodland Realm?
Cliff,
think about it
do
in
we
terms
know
of
more about her
screenwriting.
life? Come on.
Guys,
We
how
don't.
much more heavy lifting would they have to do to reintroduce an OC, like we were talking about before, and make it impactful and make it really matter within the larger threads of the story that they've been weaving? All right? We are 7 movies in, 6 live action, 1 animated, all from New Line Cinema, within that universe, within that consistent universe of Middle Earth. What heavy lifting they would have to do to make Saren just some random elf who decided to shack up in the woods with Thranduil instead of
When we
being
already
somewhere.
had that.
Yeah. You know, we already had that. Exactly. So what do the screenwriters have to do that would make it way more interesting? Well, she's using a code name. It's really someone else. And Strider's not going to know until halfway through the film when he walks up in there. And then all the business is going to be all that wonderful business. I think it's an interesting idea. And suddenly, I'm on board. I'm suddenly on board.
Because it's fun. Because why can't we have fun in our movies anymore? And why can't the few female characters that Tolkien even discusses in The Lord of the Rings get a little bit more to do and have a little bit more background? That also is not contradicting canon.
Right. Yeah, not necessarily. It's
Necessary. It's necessary.
okay. The the thing is, we could be entirely wrong, and we'll find out when we get there. But if Anya Taylor Joy is playing just, an elf agent who's a hired gun to work for Thranduil. I I'm not coming up with any other really interesting ideas that are going to make it interconnected, that are going to make it more compelling. I can't think of anything right. But then again, I've been having trouble thinking imaginatively lately. I should have figured out this
Well,
thing
let
yesterday.
let
Yesterday, I should have figured this out.
No, I'm
well
so glad you didn't because I got to reveal it to you and get you on
Yes.
board with me.
Yes, yes,
We got
yes.
to.
well, okay, let's back up. All right. I hate to say this, but
What?
what if I join Team Jessica and say Variety is lying, Hollywood Reporter's lying. We can't
They're
trust
obfuscating. They're just
we
like,
can't trust that little note that they said about Thranduil and the Woodland
look,
Realm.
I don't think they're lying. I think there's just more context that we're missing because it's very scant.
So if we play along with this, if I agree with Jessica that we can't trust that little bit of information from the trades, we can go back to Cliff. Yesterday, who did you think this person, Anya Taylor Joy, is playing? A human? A
Yeah,
shield maiden?
I immediately thought that she was a human Dunedain ranger. That's immediately what I
A
thought.
human Dunedain.
And I
Are
do
the
not know.
Dunedain men and women?
Yes, of course. They're from Numenor. They're the Numenorians who didn't die. They're the ones who came to the shores of Middle Earth with the with the
Oh,
help
so
of
Dunedain means not dying? Dunedain?
no, it means man of the West. Men of the West.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god.
Not woman of the West.
Men is the race, according to Tolkien. It
Oh, that's right.
encompasses all
Yes.
genders. Yeah.
So
Er,
Men,
er,
capital M.
yeah, Ellen, Isildur and Anarion created two kingdoms. You're right. There was the kingdom in the north, Arnor, and the kingdom in the south, Gondor. And their dad, he created. I mean, before he got killed in the last alliance of elves and men, but the northern kingdom represents the entire bloodline of those men from Gondor, going back through time. Okay.
it is legit possible that one of Aragorn's rangers, or I'm sorry, Strider's rangers, is a bow wielding badass, as we see here. Anya Taylor Joy playing a human character. The second question is, could Strider's merry band of rogues also have elves in it? Like, does his
Oh yeah, yeah,
It had
because
two.
Eladan and Elro here would join them. Yeah, sure. Right?
And those are the two that are counted, if I remember correctly. Those two at the time of Lord of the Rings, those are the members of the company at the time of Lord of the Rings. So if we're talking earlier, there could have been others. I'm sure that, elves were doing their own thing, but having elves, especially from Rivendell, would make sense, as that was where Aragorn grew up and the home of the heirs of Isildur were living there. So, I mean, that would make sense to me, but
Thank you, Aiden, for catching on to my sarcasm. Dinosaurs eat men. Women inherits the earth.
Middle
Earth.
That's funny. All right. Yeah. Well, I was mistaken immediately yesterday. I thought she was going to be
Well, I
a
might be,
mortal human.
based on this Arwen stuff, I might be on Team Jessica here, and we can't trust Variety with this elvish nonsense. I like your idea more, Cliff. She is a ranger from the north.
Well, it could be either way. I mean, it's just as likely it could be either way, but I am trying to think of why that would be a more interesting choice for the screenwriters. Why would that be their preference to make the character like that, like a shadow of Tauriel, or a replica of Tauriel?
Well,
who,
what we
being
have
a
heard.
however,
woman,
Tauriel was not stated as being Sindar. She was Sylvan, and
Sylvan,
she said so. Yeah, right.
spelled with a Y in
Yeah.
PJ's original announcement.
So let
So
me
it
ask you
wouldn't
this:
surprise me if this announcement that was posted by Variety also came from someone who has no real knowledge of the distinctions between Sylvan, Sindar, all of these different Tolkien
They
words that
wouldn't
are a
be
little bit
mentioning
niche.
Sindar, Sylvan, Woodland Realm.
PJ did, and he spelled it wrong.
Is Arwen Sindar?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
got Sindar ancestry.
yeah, she has.
She's
It
half elven, so she's also got ancestry from the Edain, ancestry from Maya, ancestry
Mm-hmm.
from Noldor.
Yeah.
And that's what's so special about the half elven. They sort of combine all of the different races. Well, not all of them, but you know, Maya, Sindar, or
yeah.
Maya,
All
elf,
right, the poll
men.
is currently 52% no.
This is not interesting.
People don't believe that she is playing Arwen. So
Okay.
I'm giving you
All
guys
right.
another chance. Do you have any more arguments to support your theory of why this is a good idea? Why would they be misdirecting us in the marketing by not announcing Anya as Arwen?
A year and a half
Yeah.
out. I mean, let's look in a couple months when filming starts and other marketing starts, and see what else comes out about the plot and the characters, and starting to see actual promo
Do
rather
you
than just
think
this
I don't
announcement.
think he would do this, but do you think Andy Serkis would do what McPain did, which is not tell the actor who they're playing until when it's
No, I don't
relevant?
think that
No.
I don't think Mr. Circus would operate that way. No.
But I also just think that to get an actress like Anya Taylor Joy on board, you need to dangle a carrot, and that carrot is one of the only major female characters in the trilogy
I
you're
agree.
playing, not an OC.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. I 100% with you, Jess. Like like an actress of her standing. Also, it's not just from a respect for the actor and matching her with it's as an audience member, we are supposed to look up to Arwen as a high elf, not just a high elf, a princess, basically, right? Right? The leader, Elrond is the leader, and that is his daughter, and it's a big deal that the king, the return of the king himself, marries her. This character is supposed to have an aura, a glow that we as the viewing audience be like, yeah, I am intimidated by her aura, her glow, her vibe, whatever the kids call it nowadays. So you'd want an actress that brings that naturally to it,
Yeah.
where they don't have to explain why she's a high princess. You just look at her and be like, I love that actress. She is fantastic. And look how they've styled her. Yeah, basically the celebrity of and the stature and the quality and the award-winning stature of her work supports and makes the character even better than just pulling any actress off the street and saying you're supposed to love Arwen, right?
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
and that's one of the things I've taken Rings of Power to task to. Like, some of these high elves should have been celebrity actors. We're supposed to feel something about some of these high elves.
I agree. No argument from
Like,
us.
is this a
No argument from
segue
us.
into
No,
another discussion? Are
no,
you
not at
sure?
all.
Because celebrity elves, maybe highborn night elves. Did we not have another discussion that we were gonna have? You
Well,
mentioned it at the
all right,
top.
yes, yeah. So we're wrapping it up. I'm going to close this poll now. We're going to move on. So the final of the poll in the YouTube chat, 52% say no. Anya is not playing Arwen. That's really her name. Character name's Saren or Serene. Saren, man.
Saren and Baron.
Saren and Baron. I think of Saren Gas from The Rock. You know, the little
It's
green
not
balls.
spelled like that though, right? That's Saren, Saren gas, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's different.
But
Yeah.
anyway, Saren, Welsh word for star, also unattested. Sindarin uh, word that shares a similar form to the unattested Sindarin word that Baron derives from. So both of those connections are there.
Hmm.
And, a star, an even star. We've got the track Even Star playing in the background over her character.
Oh,
And
man.
why would you not go for Saren and Strider matching Ranger nicknames for Aragorn and Arwen? It's right there in front of you. WB.
All right,
I
we're
mean,
getting
if they,
texts on the hotline. Thank you,
Oh
everybody.
boy.
According to this person who just texted the hotline, quote, Anya doesn't look anything like Liv Tyler, but she definitely looks like she deserves a Middle Earth.
She doesn't? Okay.
She's
Okay.
definitely Middle Earth material.
yes, yes.
So,
Well, the
d-
they're just making the job harder for themselves. If it's a brand new OC, like Jessica has said, why are they duplicating and making it like Tauriel, Tauriel 2.0? Why are they doing that? Just because, and we're all very, very sad that Evangeline Lilly is not well enough to return to performing the way that she might very much like to. So instead of Tauriel, they've shifted gears and they're going to make it a different character. But they're not doing themselves any favors just by making a pale replacement of Tauriel. I mean, the whole theory that it could be Arwen using a nickname to be part of the Grey Company and to run around without Dad's permission, my strong-willed daughter out there running around. So, I totally dig that. But I th- honestly, I think each possibility is just as likely as the other, but there is lots of evidence pointing that this is a story reveal. The marketing is obfuscating it so that we have the pleasure and the characters on screen have the shock of realizing, oh, well, look at that. That's really Arwen. Hello. I can appreciate the build up to that. I
I
do.
actually
I
have
can appreciate that.
one more thing that I just thought of
Yeah.
regarding this
sure.
connection. So we've already made the Baron connection, and obviously Arwen is said to be the not reincarnation, but the second coming of
Hmm.
Luthien. Um,
Right.
and there's this, you know, Luthien and Baron go on all of these adventures together, and Luthien saves him a bunch, and that's the whole story of the tale of Baron and Luthien and how they get the Silmaril. And with the Saren Baron thing, it would just be like another way for them to kind of um, bring that parallel together of the elf maiden who marries the man, and Arwen and Aragorn's marriage is the third instance of an elf human union, and also through that marriage all of the
Hmm.
different lines of elves and men are united um into this, or reunited, I should say. The different lines are reunited into their going back to Elrond and Elros. I think
Yeah.
that finally comes full circle with Aragorn and Arwen. So I think that
Yes.
there's a lot, if they are doing this, they are setting it up compellingly, in my opinion, through the choice of name. I mean, yeah, there's a lot going on here. So I won't be it won't make me not go to see the movie if this is not Arwen.
Yeah.
But it would be a waste to me if they don't
I get it.
do
I
this.
totally get that. You know what else I want to remark, not just on the character and all the things that she could get to do if Arwen is indeed Saren, but let's talk about how amazing a thespian Anya Taylor Joy is. I mean, the Queen's Gambit is one of my most favorite things ever of all time. Chess player here, and it, that that story had so much to say about women in the chess world. And if you've seen any of these viral things lately about how these boys are behaving like buffoons with a female chess player, it's just amazing because so much of it's probably true. But she got to be in the great saga of Mad Max. She's been so many amazing characters and so many different. Oh my God, the witch, the
Mm.
witch. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, no, she
Go
is
back to Robert
literally
Eggers.
the
I mean,
A-lister
there's
of our
and
this
the Northman.
generation.
The Northman. Like, wow. And so she can just do amazing things. Whatever she's doing, I'm gonna be glued to the screen watching Anya Taylor Joy because she's just remarkable performer.
Responding to the chat here, I just want to bring this up before we move on. Here is Tariel's bow. And here
Oh.
is the
Uh-oh.
silhouette.
Oh gosh. The silhouette of the bow. Here we go.
This doesn't mean anything. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is not a real human that we're seeing here. They could have just used the design for this mock-up before they've
Well,
got pictures of Anya in costume. That's
yeah,
not
and
compelling
you
to me.
you see that thick part where the bow switches direction. You know, it's still got that. So it's definitely the same woodland bow.
Well, yeah, she's serving under King Thranduil. Why wouldn't she have the same bow?
Thank you, Weta, for consistency in your world building.
We love
Thank
that.
you for that.
I want to bring up Otaku's comment. Arwen serving under Thranduil the same way that Aragorn served Thengel and Ecthelion.
Oh, great point.
Compelling idea.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
I didn't see that in the movie.
Yes,
Well,
not in
no.
the movie. This was, well, we got reference to it when Eowyn approaches Arwen and says, my uncle told me that you served under Thengel, my grandfather.
Oh yeah, when she approaches Aragorn, not Arwen, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I don't know what I said. And
Arwen,
so we
that's
got
funny.
reference to that, and this is when what I can't think of it off the top of my head, but Aragorn going by a different name, and it's like so dumb. It's like Eagle something. What is his fake name that Aragorn serves Thingol under?
Oh
Anyone in the
gosh.
chat? I'm
Oh,
just gonna.
I
It's
knew
like
this. Is it Telcontar?
no, that's
No.
his family name that he comes to
No, that's
after
not it.
Aragorn's fake name under Thingol.
What? Yeah.
Aragorn has another name. Is that what you're saying?
Thorongil.
Yeah,
Thorongil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thorongil.
Eagle of the Star. Oh my gosh. It's like
Thorongil. Yes.
yeah.
But they never put any of that in marketing. Well, even with Gandalf, they never put Stormcrow and Grey Helm and all that stuff in marketing.
Yeah. No, this is we're talking about something different. So
who's
this
a
is
Grey
just
Helm?
compelling reason for or a consistency to different royals serving under other leaders as like sort of just a thing that they do. Aragorn serves under a fake name,
Yeah.
Thingol and Ecthelion, and no one knew that he was the heir of Isildur, and the daughter of Elrond serves under King Thranduil under a fake name. I mean, come on.
Look,
that was a great call, Otaku.
I'm
definitely.
okay with all the fake names because for the most part the movies mentioned a lot of the other names, but just in passing. It was more fan service, right? So the big issue I have with this Arwen stuff is that you don't do that in marketing. You're trying to get butts and seats. You want to put the biggest actress with the biggest
I get that point.
With the biggest warrior elf of all time.
And to that I say patience, my love.
All right, before we let you go, guys, we wanted to bring this up. Jamie Campbell Bower did a very rare, long video interview, and he said this.
Now, just in terms of working on a set. I mean, I was shooting something all of last year, and we were doing this fight scene, and
we know what that thing is. We know.
Oh no, I can't say too much. I need to be really cautious here.
Pause. Okay, Amazon, let him off the chain, please. We all know.
So close.
We all
so
know
close.
that he wants to talk about.
We're
Come on.
49 days out from Comic-Con.
This is so stupid that he cannot talk about the super secret show he cannot talk about.
49 days.
Come on.
49 days.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch my mouth. I think I remember we were doing something, and
We were doing something. Come on, Amazon, let him off the chain.
and I went back to the monitor and I watched it and I was like, oh, it's just not right. It looks hokey. It looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad. And I went home and I was so upset. And I remember I called the director and I spoke to them and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, it's fine. It looks great. I wouldn't have let you go if I didn't think that this was perfect. And I was like, no, I know, but I just think I can do it better. And they were like, okay, well, when we get in tomorrow, we can have a look and maybe, maybe at the end of the day, if there's time, we can reattack it. And I went back and I rewatched it the next day and I was like, oh no, it's actually fine. Like, it's actually not a problem at all. So I think just having that level of humility and I think all artists are their own biggest critics. I mean, I think we all are as people anyway, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, I think just being able to be humble enough to be able to, go, oh, was that good enough?
Yeah.
Is always good.
All right.
There you
I'm
go.
telling you guys, this is Viggo Mortensen for Rings of Power. This is the guy that the show has always needed.
Yeah. And there's a whole lot of people probably in that little subset of Twitter that are still particularly upset with me for ever daring to suggest that he's going to play Celeborn because it's going to help bring a fuller story arc for Galadriel.
He's not going to play any canon character. You know what? No more canon characters. None in marketing. No one cares
y'all.
anymore.
But you're right in saying that the leash is too short for Jamie Kimball Bower. He needs to be allowed to talk to the press about what's going on.
Okay,
even in simple terms.
49 days.
Let me ask you then. Starting with Jessica. Let's say there's a big Vanity Fair article about Rings of Power, as they always get the first look, and Jamie Campbell Bower is beautiful on the
Empire
cover.
Magazine. Empire Magazine.
Well, no,
gets
Vanity
the
Fair
look.
gets the first look every season, and then
They swap off.
and then Empire gets the reveal of the whatever. Anyway, so Jamie Campbell Bower's on the cover. What if they announced Jamie Campbell Bower's character name as Serwyn?
I'm gonna
They
throw
won't.
a brick at the television. That's what's gonna happen.
So why are you okay?
They won't.
With
Why are we
Arwen doing that?
making up a situation to be mad at? Why are we making up a situation that hasn't happened yet? I'm not humoring this type of behavior. We're not making up situations. This is not happening. It hasn't happened. If it does happen, we can revisit this conversation, but we're not just going to get mad about things that aren't happening. We'll get an announcement of who he's playing on stage at Comic-Con in 49 days. I will put money down on this right now, and let's come back after Comic-Con and discuss what's been.
If he's not, if they announce his character name is not Celeborn or Glorfindel, and it's some totally new character name,
what are we bartering here?
I don't know.
Because we can do it. I mean, I'm confident that we will be seeing that on stage at San Diego Comic-Con, because why would you have the King of Cons as a part of your cast and not put him on the largest convention stage in the world?
And announce him as Serwyn.
As Celeborn. Or Glorfindel.
That's Celeborn. So why doesn't that apply to Anya Taylor Joy, one of the biggest actresses right now?
This is apples and oranges. This is pancakes and waffles. I mean, these are different situations that we're dealing with here. So
is it though?
Also, the Hunt for Gollum is not, 5 months out from release. We've got a year and a half to build up to that. So, maybe in another year, when it's 5 months out from release, we'll see where Hunt for Gollum is at with its marketing.
Yeah, I agree. We're so early in the game. If they're using the bloody song from Howard Shore's music to tell us something with this, concept art that they've created. Thank you, Weta, and the wonderful team there. But they're telling us something. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, Steven Spielberg has released this movie right now because he's telling us something. All right. That's a whole nother conversation. But really, he's trying to tell us something. So you're the name,
Yeah.
the etymology of the name, the fact that we
So
can't come up with
you're
anything.
demanding that they reveal the real name of Jamie Campbell Bower's character. Don't play
Well,
games with
the
us.
game, the
I'm saying they
game that
will.
the game that Warner Brothers plays is completely different than the marketing game that Amazon does. Amazon delights in not telling us. We'll show you the belt. We'll show you all their belts. We'll show you their little apple that they're holding, but we're not going to put names in the posters. And we'll give you all these posters
I guess
without any
that's what's
names.
frustrating because the
But we
roles are
found out
reversed right now.
later. Why can't we have fun with the hand reveal posters? And then a month later, we find out who these hand reveal posters are. But that month where we didn't know and we're theorizing based on the details from the hand posters, so much fun. I
That
mean,
was fun.
why do we hate fun and whimsy?
No,
Like
I
this
mean,
is fun. Like I love
It's-
poking through those posters and being like, oh my gosh, okay, this could be the scepter of Innuminos. This has got to be someone associated with Numenor. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is just a difference in my personality, but I enjoy that. I enjoy the process of discovery, as did Tolkien. He
Yeah.
enjoyed the process of discovery. That was fun for him. Let's talk
Definitely.
about Eärendil.
Erindil, our brightest star.
Hmm.
I would just say that it's always remarkable to me how different New Line is. They're giving us a name. They gave us not just Anya Taylor Joy, but they're giving us much more than the marketing team at Amazon would give us. They gave us
And the
a
mystery,
name,
man, the
a
mystery
name.
stuff at Amazon has poisoned our brains so much that we're immediately saying that's not her real name.
Whose brain is poisoned? Not mine.
My
No,
brain, I'm
Not mine
losing my
because I
hair
have
over
love
all
in my
this.
heart and whimsy.
we're just speculating.
We're
Yeah,
just
This
speculating.
is just
speculating.
fun.
And look at the stuff they gave us, by the way, Justin. That they gave us a bunch of stuff to speculate on. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Before we let you go, I just want to remind everybody because this popped up in our Discord. The UK is getting the Brandywine Festival this
how fun.
September. That's right. The Brandywine Festival. This is in the BBC 2 days ago. Reported on the Brandywine Festival coming to the UK this September. And of course, it returns to Kentucky here in the US in October. So I think tickets are still available for one or both of those events. If you're thinking about it, the Berg Schneider website for Brandywine Festival is it's really fun. Everybody that we know that went had an amazing time, and what did Kelly say? It was kind of life affirming in seeing just nonstop positivity for 5 days in this world that we are forced to live in now. But the Brandywine Festival, look it up. You can get tickets for the UK and the US. And that's all we have to say. Final thoughts, Jessica, on this casting announcement.
Okay. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think I've laid out my position very well.
Yep.
Looking forward to seeing what else is released in the coming months. Looking forward to be proven right as always. And you know, I'm looking forward to convincing more people to join my side. Welcome to the revolution, Cliff.
Yes, glad to be
My final thought is, will I earn a lot of brownie points if I start shipping Anya Taylor Joy and Jamie Dornan on the shipping sites right now? Can I be the first one to post a ship with Jamie Dornan and Anya Taylor Joy?
Well, I already
That's-
beat you to it.
Oh, man.
I mean, I didn't post a picture of them, but I've already posted about Strider, Sarah, and matching Ranger nicknames. My ship is here. And,
My ship is here. All right, Cliff, take us out. I'm done with this.
Oh my God.
I
Well,
love rage baiting, Justin.
me too. This is something we take great pleasure in.
Ah!
And
Turn
I
him up.
mean, honestly, what can I say except you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. We love teasing Justin. We're having yes, we're having a great time. Jessica, such a pleasure, of course, to have you with us again. Fabulousness. And the conversation to me really is, are the screenwriters of The Hunt for Gollum doing this because the marketing needs to be messy? No, they're doing it for the benefit of the story. If indeed the conspiracy theory is true, and if the character of Anya Taylor Joy, given given only the name of Saren, if she really is Arwen in disguise, then there's all kinds of ways that could be very interesting and it could work. But if we are being given completely correct information, then maybe we just have a brand new OC, a new original character, and we're all going to have to figure it out later how she fits into the fabric of Middle Earth. We'll get there eventually. All things being equal, you guys are wonderful to talk with throughout the show. The format is lively and amazing to talk with everyone like this. Justin, much appreciated for all your time and hard work putting into this show to pull it together. Jessica, absolute brilliant, brilliant contributions. Thank you very kindly for all that good stuff. And to you folks, you lovely people in the live chat. Without you, we are nothing. Thank you for being part of our show. We will be back here next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, for another remarkable episode of Torn Tuesday. Come and visit us at theonering.net on all of our socials. We're at The One Ring Net. Take out the dot like that, and you'll find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Like and subscribe. Me, I am QuickBeam2000 on Blue Sky and Instagram. And happy Pride Month, everyone. Happy to see you all. It's been a wonderful time. Until next week, good night and good luck. Or as I love to say, buenos noches y buena suerte. Bye-bye, everyone.